Welcome to Orlando City Stadium, where tonight St. Louis FC is in town to take on Orlando City B. Good evening and welcome to Orlando, everybody. Alongside Eastern Florida head coach Oliver Twelvetrees, I'm Jeff Radcliffe. So glad to have you along here on this Thursday night webcast on USL Match Center. St. Louis, Oliver, trying to halt a two-game losing streak. Jose Angulo, a former league MVP, that's a guy that can get you back on the right track.
Certainly, Jose Angulo has scored goals wherever he's been. He was an All-American at the production house at St. Benedict's Prep, and he'll look to continue and add to his 3 goals already this season.
Now, Richie Larea has really been a very dynamic player, and he got the payoff this past week.
Yeah, he scored his first 2 goals of his career for OCB, and he's really starting to realize that big potential he has, and he'll play in the number 10 spot tonight and look to get on the ball and make things happen for OCB.
Let's take a look at the starting 11s. First for the visitors, St. Louis FC, coached by Preki. This is what he's throwing out there.
Adam Grenoir making his first starting goal, the young goalkeeper, and they'll play a 4-4-2 with Playwa and Cabaseta, the Costa Rican, at the centre-back pairing, and then look for Guzman and Tyler David breaking from midfield to support Voleski and Angulo.
Here's OCB.
Earl Edwards Jr. with a great start to his season for OCB will be in goal. Seb Hines making his first start, returning from injury alongside Timbo. Lewis Neal and Schweitzer minding the shop and holding midfield, and Hadji Berry supported by Martz, De Silva, and Larea.
Talent all over the field here. Going to be a good one for the fans in attendance at Orlando City Stadium. When we come back, it is kickoff between OCB and St. Louis FC.
This is where it all began. The passion, the reputation, both on the field and in the stands. They ruled an era in this league, and now they are back for more. The future of Orlando City can be summed up in 3 letters. OCB.
We are back at the brand new Orlando City Stadium. St. Louis Football Club, Orlando City B, as the men in purple will go left to right to start off this first half. You see Preki there, the head coach, won a USL championship a couple of years back with Sacramento Republic, a legend in the United States and in Serbia, of course.
Certainly a Hall of Famer, and he's experienced this level, played at this level, seen it, done it, and he'll be excited to take on OCB tonight with his squad.
And Anthony Pulis, stoic as ever, looking to build off that win they got up in Pennsylvania against Bethlehem Steel FC.
And similar teams, similar records, the same amount of goals scored. Both teams really want to play. They want to get it down and have a strong passing element to their game. So it should be an exciting matchup tonight.
Caleb Mendez will be our official, be assisted by Trent Robert Van Heitzman, Natalie Simon, and Alex DeRostang is the 4th official. We're underway here in Orlando as St. Louis in white back in this stadium for the 2nd time. They played a preseason game against the first team for Orlando City, lost that one 3-1. Just before the opener of the MLS season. So St. Louis coming in 3-2-1 on 10 points. Started well, a draw, 3 wins, and then kind of fall off the wagon the last 2, but have not really played bad in those games.
Yeah, every game they've played has been very, very tight, and maybe apart from a couple of early ones, and both teams are very, very competitive, and they're going to look to put on a good performance tonight and get back to, well, St. Louis get back to winning ways.
First start of the season for Tony Walls, who got into that last contest for St. Louis FC. He headed, and OCB trying to build from the left side as Richie Larea got a touch. Ahmetovic, one of the center backs, watching this one as he's going to have to keep his eye on Haji Berry. Back to Neal. Zach Ellis Hayden getting the start for OCB tonight at the right back spot. Austin Martz couldn't keep it inside the line.
It'll be interesting to see how St. Louis line up tonight. Definitely some fluidity in this lineup. Early in the game, it looks like Jose Angulo might actually be playing more on this left side than as a central striker. So it'll be interesting to see if it will be a 4-4-2 or if it will be indeed more of a 4-5-1.
Just 1 goal from the last 2 games. Not surprised that Preki going to switch it up. Now it will be Barry along the right to look in to get a cross. He'll run the line. It'll be put out for a corner kick for OCB to start. And getting back defensively.
And, you know, that's going to be a thing that they're going to target all night. Try and get Haji Berry into the channel, get him to make those diagonal runs from in to out. And that was a good combination there between Martz and Haji Berry.
De Silva has had a really nice penchant for serving up a free kick.
He's a leader assister. Got the most assists on the team so far this season.
4 of them. Waits the left-footed in-swinger. For a quick restart. Have to play the negative ball back. Cabacetta crosses halfway. Up top for Christian Valesky. And it will go into touch. Throw OCB here in the early going. As these two teams trying to get a foothold into this game. In the middle of the park, picked up Larea. Off the foul attempt, offside was Haji Berry. He was off like a rocket, left a little early.
And that really has been a great indicator of his play earlier so far this Richie Lorea just picking the ball up in those pockets and driving through the midfield, trying to break lines, and he wins his team a free kick there. Interesting change for the St. Louis lineup. They got, looks like Tyler David is actually partnering at the center half position with Cabacetta. So new position. Usually Tyler David is playing the center midfield, but he's playing at center back tonight.
Well, he was a little coy. We may change some things up. I don't know.
They're certainly utilizing his squad tonight and using that squad rating. A lot of teams in the USL this year, and certainly a need for it.
De Silva will serve this again. Near side, Lorea curled in. It's a good one. St. Louis trying to get out of their own end. Barry. Now Lorea will collect. Right side to Martz. Harassed quickly. And a foul. So Angulo a little rough with that one apparently, and the referee Caleb Mendez awards it back to Orlando.
Yeah, Angulo was not too happy about that one, and to be fair to the lad, it was a little bit of a tight call there, and he can maybe feel a little justified. He did look like he got all ball there for Angulo.
Angulo, the 29-year-old veteran, league MVP in 2013 with Pittsburgh, also played at Harrisburg in that inaugural USL season for Orlando City. 2011. One had eyes for the goal. Line held, and now it's Angulo to try to break St. Louis out of their own end, but it will be Thompson to play it back to Edwards. Humid night here. Feels like 92 degrees. We just checked the weather before kickoff. That's a shock to the system if you're from anywhere other than Florida.
Certainly.
The spring about to turn into summer here. Middle of the park, Bierman, who really caught the eye of Anthony Pulis when we talked with him this week. Nice build up for St. Louis FC. Thompson out defensively on Sharpie, that overlapping right fullback. And we'll play the negative ball back. Cabacetta. So he and David, the pairing tonight. Pushed back. A little pressure shown by OCB. Cabacetta, Costa Rican. Will play direct, running out of real estate, and that is the case for Wes Sharpie, who we saw at TFC2 last year.
Yeah, he's got ties to Florida here as well. Played at USF.
From Tarpon Springs, former Sponger. Clearwater Chargers club product. Hines on the ball. Valesky looking to close him down.
And Hines loves that diag. He's very, very good at it, but a lot of accuracy. Didn't quite come off that time. Look for him to play from right to left with that dangerous ball over the top, either for Barry or De Silva. David,
one of the returning players for St. Louis FC, made 22 appearances, scored a goal last year. And we'll switch it to Cabacetta. Dropping Ahmedovich. And Grinuis will distribute long to the right side. Timbo on the ball. Valesky closing him down, trying to win it. And the Brazilian able to clear it upfield. Comes as far as Octavio Guzman. Guzman gets a foot in, making it difficult on De Silva, and drawing the foul. In our 10th minute.
I think this heat is definitely going to play a impact on this game tonight. It's very, very humid out here, and you know, the energy levels probably need to be ramped up a little bit here. Sent long, and now De Silva on the ball. Sharpie
out to defend. Guzman comes back to help out. Silva had it taken away. Guzman racing past Thompson. Timbo caught out, and we'll have time to retreat as it's out for a throw-in. Fans, a reminder, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Lewis Neal. Oh, and a giveaway was read by Angulo, but Seb Hines read it the whole way.
Yeah, Lewis Neal certainly telegraphed that back pass. A little bit too delayed the pass, and Guzman read it and almost got in.
You won't see that again tonight. And there, a giveaway. Again, Angulo is getting a lot of pass completions from OCB tonight. Edwards put himself in a tough spot there.
I think Earl Edwards heard you say Lewis Neal won't do that again. I thought he better join the party.
Edwards coming off that clean sheet. A little turn, easy foul is the veteran Lewis Neal.
Yeah, sharp little turn from Lewis. Very, very good in possession. Great technique.
Tony Walls had to do what he did. Hines set to put it in play here. Seven from Wetherby, England, 28 years old. So many years there, Middlesbrough.
Looks like his hometown team will be maybe facing a drop this year. Pretty dismal season for them. But my boy Swansea look like they're going to be maybe far behind them. So
misery loves company. Here's Hines. Trying to pick out Martz along the right side. Now, Hines will go about 60 minutes tonight. Our pre-game chat with Anthony Pulis. Ellis Hayden, nice soft touch. He'll retreat. There's another foul. And Neal down on the turf again.
Yeah, a little late in that tackle. Looks like he got him right in the ankle or just above. That's a painful one there for Lewis Neal. Referee's having a word with Guzman.
Lou back up. Neal had a goal.
Definitely felt that one, though.
Season.
So De Silva's been the bright spot so far. Already put 3 great balls into the box. Can he deliver a fourth year and see if OCB can pick something up?
A minute 14, De Silva. There's something to open up. Martz comes clear near side. Curling ball in. Second ball took a little deflection. Grinwis covers.
Yeah, again, that delivery. Active. Yeah, again, that delivery is fantastic. A lot of whip, a low trajectory, which makes it difficult to defend against. And the ball pops out to Larrea and didn't really get much mustard on that, but goes through to the keeper and he gets some confidence with that first save.
Angulo. Turn around, keeping his feet was Bierman. Switch to the far side, Sharpie. Now some space will be closed down quickly though. Trying to find Valesky and is interrupted by Schweitzer.
Yeah, great work there from the holding midfielder, Schweitzer. That's what you want from your defensive midfielder. Sure. Protect that back forward. He certainly did that then, sliding in and making an important interception.
Another heavy challenge there is De Silva. Quick back to his feet though.
Yeah,
St. Louis trying to just set a tone here.
Yeah, I think Guzman doesn't want to take any prisoners here tonight. He's certainly getting his foot stuck in, and obviously coming to this place is it's a tough place to come to. Be probably the best stadium that these players get to play in all year, and they want to lay down a marker.
And Barry had a beat on things. Grinwis out quickly. Have a setter there with him step for step. Grinwis. Hines with his head. Barry. The Ghanaian Schweitzer plays it square. Ellis Hayden back to Hines. Earl to Timbo. Thompson. And on the move, St. Louis FC. Guzman serves it, ball in. Edwards off quickly. Got there ahead of Valesky.
Yeah, Guzman had a nice whip on that cross. Really put it into that second 6-yard box, into a really dangerous area. And Earl Edwards was very quick off his line and sharp to it.
Martz couldn't get on the end of that one. Well, switched by Lewis Neal, club legend. Captain of this side. Here's Schweitzer. It's really featured a lot here lately in the starting lineup. High work rate type of player.
Yeah, another one that's impressed Coach Pulis since he's come into the side.
Mill Creek, Washington Sounders 2 last year.
Yeah, and allows Lewis Neal and Richie Larea to go forward a little bit. Adds a bit of steel in the center of the park.
Close down Sharpie, trying to force a turnover on that line. Schweitzer quickly to Martz, who could be the fastest guy on the field. Martz running towards goal, leaving it to the left. Cleaned up, and quickly off the line was Grinwis.
He showed his turn of speed there, and very direct in his running, and a little bit lucky just the way that didn't quite bounce for him, because he looked like he was through on goal.
More pressure from OCB leads to another throw. What does a win like they had in Bethlehem really do?
Yeah,
it's
it's
a shutout
hard,
win.
yeah.
They were the dominant team.
So hard to go on the road and pick up 3 points, and doing that in the way they did and the way they played will just give them a lot more confidence. And you can see it, that their passes are a little bit more forward thinking tonight than they have been.
Barry had made a run. St. Louis will have the ball. We'll restart it by switching the point to the right side. So Conrad Playwa there, the right back, as Sharpie's pushed a little higher than he was the first couple of games. Now Hines. Ellis Hayden. Haji Berry. Nothing doing. Throw OCB. They've had the better of the run of play, you'd have to say, here as we're now in our 19th minute.
Yeah, certainly created the one opportunity really there from Richie Larea, and a few set pieces.
Larea trying to win it into Martz, and in pain is Cavacetta down. Play continues the other way. Larea leaves it back. Now Martz will try it again. Cavacetta now up and limping. And it'll be a corner kick for OCB. So we remind you that the USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with the latest league news and information by visiting uslsoccer.com, following them on Twitter at USL.
Yeah, good movement off the ball there from Richie Larea. Running beyond Martz, which you want all your attacking midfielders to do, get beyond the attacking players, and he did just that, won his team a corner.
Pierre da Silva, 18-year-old, serves it into the box. Grinwis got a punch to it. St. Louis will look to get a counter going. Valesky got a touch. Will be staying on the attacking half of OCB. Ellis Hayden serves it direct. Cavacetta. David. Playwa. Sharpie on the overlap. Octavio Guzman. He'll be fouled.
I think Precky's been watching some Premier League as well, because it looks like this St. Louis lineup is more like a 3-4-3. You've got Valesky leading the line, and then Angulo and Guzman just supporting. And then across the middle, you've got Amatovic from left to right. Walls, Berman, and then on the right side, Sharpie. And then your back three of Tyler David, Playwa, and Cabecera.
Saw moments ago Paul Klaus. Some warm-up stretches on near side. Big switch on the right side. Sharpie off his chest. Trying to craft the ball in. Thompson interrupted it. Back to the middle, Bierman. Got an 11 shirt. Sharpie looked to serve it up again. Gets that one off. High to the back post over Angulo. Boy, put in a dangerous spot. And Schweitzer able to clear for OCB.
Yeah, you want Austin Mars back there defending. You don't quite want him to head that ball right to the middle of the penalty box, but OCB got away with that one.
Larea a little pressure. Lewis Neal was joining in the fray. He'll drop back. Martz going to chase this down.
That's what that 3-4-3 allows you to do, is really stretch the team out, as you've got so much extra numbers on in the wide areas, and they're doing that right now.
Thompson, throw here.
Yeah, Coach Anthony Pulis and Hadji Berry in discussion here, as Hadji Berry's trying to figure out how he wants Coach for him to press. Wouldn't have faced a back three this season.
Hines. Schweitzer on the move quickly. Seb, sure-footed. Back to Neal. Two featured in the starting lineup. MLS side in 2015. Together. Now the future. This is Da Silva. Outright. Martz, is he fast enough to get there? Yes. Puts in a cross.
Don't think that's
David.
That's not even a question, is it, Jeff? Is he fast enough? He certainly is.
That was a rhetorical question, but didn't need it.
He is a speed demon.
Neal on the ball for OCB. Had the lion's share of the possession so far. No pun intended. Martz heading it back in. Angulo. Ellis Hayden. Comes a 50-50. Won by OCB. Schweitzer got back, found Neal. Trying to release Barry. It's back line for St. Louis under fire here. And we'll look to break the lines. Switched here. Bierman near side. Hamedovic, one of the three Serbians on the roster. So a Macedonian. None of the others available due to injury. Over the top, just over the head of Guzman. Cheeky little pass, came up empty.
Yeah, St. Louis really struggling to penetrate that final third. Good possession in the defensive and middle third, but really haven't broke behind Seb Hines in his back line yet.
Les Hayden trying to leave it into space for Martz. No problem for Cabecera. Costa Rican on the ball now. St. Louis coming in 3-2-1. Currently occupying the 4th spot in the Eastern Conference table. Angulo continuing to have to drop deep here, Oliver.
Yeah, you know, this system's almost like playing two number 10s, and Guzman's playing almost a left-sided number 10, and Angulo's playing on the right side as the number 10. So interesting lineup from Preki, but expect nothing else from the very imaginative, creative
Timbo
coach.
On the 50-50, checking his surroundings. Lewis Neal. Hayden will back it up. Hines. Neal. Well, breeze picking up. That's a welcome, certainly a welcome thing on this heavy, humid night.
Yeah, tempo from both teams need to improve. Tempo is very, very slow. Need to quicken the game. Lewis Neal looking to do just that.
Push the tempo. Ellis Hayden just shy of halfway. Neal. Timbo. Hines. Fernando Timbo out of Curitiba, Brazil. Spent last year at Ottawa, the NASL. Of course, Ottawa now under the USL umbrella. So glad to have them.
Big, strong, imposing centre back, left-footed.
Injured a bit in the preseason. Really didn't figure in first couple of games of the season, but he's been a go-to now. Zach Carroll out with an injury.
Look to potentially see Connor Donovan get a run out tonight as well, later in the game.
Hines slated for an hour of work. Angulo. Hines caught out just a bit. Quickly back. Angulo will have a go. Off target.
Yeah.
Defenders were there.
Yeah, first opportunity there for Angulo to have a little run at the back four, and snatched at the shot a little bit, but a good opportunity for him, and probably St. Louis's best opportunity of the half so far. Anthony Pulis is still trying to get to grips with this system here. Very, very difficult to play against, and his team and the coaching staff, they got their work cut out to try and find a way through this this back three.
27th minute. It's a landlord. Launches it. Schweitzer. Timbo. Schweitzer trying to get a turn in the circle. Valesky. Here's Angulo. Square. Broken up by Lewis Neal. And it'll go out for an OCB throw. Just a little out of sync here with this new system for St. Louis.
Yes, no real rhythm to the game yet from either team. I think OCB is trying to understand how to break through and trying to break the lines. And obviously St. Louis, this is a new system for them, so they're obviously learning it on the fly as well. I've been impressed so far with Schweitzer tonight, though. He's definitely looking more positive in his play and looking to complete passes going forward rather than just square and backwards. And that was a big improvement from the last time I saw him.
Yep. Over the top. Barry gives chase. Now it will fall to Larea. Leaving it right. Martz, will he have a go? Does he have time? He shoots it and skies it over the top. Again, dangerous buildup for OCB as where Tyler David had his hands full.
Yeah, certainly, and that's how you're going to get through that back three, is get Hadji Berry into the channel, force the defenders to come out. Larea just didn't quite get enough on that pass.
To get it in the line.
Austin Martz was just waiting for it. If this pass got there a little bit quicker, he could have taken a touch or even hit that ball first time, but really the best opening of the game so far, and an opportunity that Austin Martz perhaps would have wanted to hit the target on.
OCB's looked comfortable. Timbo. Scott Thompson, the Brook Township, New Jersey native, former star at UVA. Overlap on this left side, combining with Hadji Berry. Don't want to give him a full head of steam if you're St. Louis. Hadji to Schweitzer. Quickly to Martz. Has the overlap on the right this time. Ellis Hayden will give it a shot. Parried away by Grinwis.
Great football there, great team football. And started off with Hadji Berry on the left-hand side. It comes all the way through, and Ellis Hayden just a great overlapping run. He's yelling at his mate Austin Martz, hold it, hold it, hold it, gets across him and smashes this against the post.
Oh, it's a post. Yeah, it came off hard. Wow. Hence the goal kick.
Yeah, so best move of the match there for OCB, and very promising signs.
Certainly getting comfortable with each other, too. It's, for the most part, a brand new team. OCB. Just 4 returning USL contract players has taken down Martz over the line. Throw to St. Louis FC.
Yeah, I thought Martz might have got a free kick there. Cabacetta threw himself at the ball there. He did get a ball, but both feet are off the ground. Interesting, no call from the referee.
Ellis Hayden, Lewis Neal, Michael Cox, and backup keeper Jake Fenlison, the only 4 returners from the team that finished in 8th place a year ago. Made the playoffs in the first year.
Yeah, I think that's the nature of the game now. There's so much competition here in USL that you've really got to make an impact and take your chance. Confident start from Adam Grimoire tonight. University of Michigan man.
Hines. Back to Edwards. Played a half hour. Schweitzer. Neal.
Miss-hit that pass there from Lewis Neal, but you know, for all young players watching, just a great technician, Lewis Neal, always scanning, always looking around him. Usually picks out the best decision.
David de Cabacetta. Ahmedovich. Loose ball finds a purple jersey. Timbo there.
Yeah, no way through the big man Timbo.
Ellis Hayden. Timbo, everything will reset. OCB in search of an opening salvo. Martz tried a little deft touch around, but saw it go out for a throw-in.
Yeah, you continually want Haji Berry to keep occupying that space, make those runs in between the left center back and the right center back and the wing backs.
Supporters getting into it now. Timbo, Ellis Hayden brought it down. Gets around the edge. Ellis Hayden. Martz there helping out.
That's just a lovely, beautiful ball there from Timbo from left to right, right on it, like Ellis's foot.
Zach. And the intervention made. Also Schweitzer.
Yeah, good pressure now. Now they're connecting passes in the St. Louis FC's half. Don't go back, Seb.
He heard you.
That's where they want to be. They don't want to possess in their own half. They want to get in St. Louis's half and trying to complete passes in there. They're the passes that are going to hurt. We've got a nice stat coming up at halftime as well on the pass completions so far this season for OCB and St. Louis.
Schweitzer. Good shield. This is starting to become one-sided as far as the possession.
Yeah, you can see
right now it's 55 to 44 in favor of OCB. Larea. Ellis Hayden serves it back post, flick on, and Barry a little bit of a whiff. Big chance there. Got him behind.
Yeah, pressure was beginning to tell there. They were possessing the ball in the other half of the pitch, and a great ball from Zach Ellis Hayden. Picked out Barry, but he was unable to convert. But really, Zach Ellis Hayden has started this game fantastically well. Put that on a dime for Haji Berry, but really misdirected the header. Should have gone back across the keeper, really, and then it's 1-0 OCB.
Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Monday at 9 o'clock on Sirius XMFC Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XMFC will air the USL Game of the Week this year. Check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Pulis happy with the proceedings here.
Yeah, certainly want OCB to make this pressure count, though. It's very, very important when you do have pressure to be able to get the goal on the scoreboard and go up 1-0.
I was talking about St. Louis earlier this week and that 4-0 loss they had at Cincinnati. He said they were the best team in that first half, and then a couple of late goals in the half kind of set them back. And then they got caught out when you're trying to chase a game. But they said they were the better team for a good part of that game. As Barry able to get something on it, not enough to bother Grinwisfoe.
That's going to give him some confidence so he can find those pockets of play and get turned and see if he can make something happen. And he needs a few chances to score, Haji Berry, but if you keep giving him one, he will certainly take advantage and hit the back of the net.
A lot of new players on the St. Louis FC side, and Preki went into the well with what's familiar. He's got three former Sacramento Republic players on the team, and then 3 Rochester Rhinos who've had that championship experience from a couple of years ago. That's good quality USL players here. Ahmedovich serves it to the back post, and it'll be headed out by Thompson, who played it safe.
Yeah, good position there from Scott Thompson. Gets himself in the right position, then he can make the decision. He probably got a shout from his keeper, Earl Edwards, to just clear that out and makes the safe play. In terms of what you were talking about, Preki bringing some of his former players in, a lot of it's about trust. You know, you want players that you can trust, and you can certainly trust some of those guys that took him to a championship.
Corner kick for St. Louis, first to the match. Whipped in. Thompson first to the foot. There's a second ball. Timbo, big flying left foot. And that one will get away just a touch. In behind, goal kick OCB.
Yeah, Timbo didn't want to take any risks there. Perhaps those St. Louis players were offside, but he didn't want to take any risks. Went back and cleared the ball like all good center backs do.
Earl Edwards coming off his first clean sheet of the season, the San Diego native. USL Team of the Week. 7 saves in his last 2 games. That little Pennsylvania swing with Harrisburg and Bethlehem, as the Lions got 4 points from the trip. Barry, Larea, that first-round draft class from a year ago, trying to pair and combine at the top of that formation for OCB.
He's starting to really come into his own this season as well, and obviously picked up his first 2 goals against Bethlehem, and he's had a few assists on the season and been very, very good in the attacking midfield role for OCB this year. We'll be looking to build on that.
Let's move in the middle. David charged forward.
Yeah, David comfortable with the ball coming out the back, as he is familiar with playing in centre midfield as well. It does look as if they've actually made the change back, so St. Louis FC looks like they've pushed David back into his more familiar central midfield role and gone to a more traditional 4-4-2 now. So perhaps the experiment didn't work, and now Angulo is back up front with Valesky. Yeah. Tyler David's in center midfield. Familiar. Guzman's on the right.
It's hard to make those switches when you haven't had time to really train with it that much. And then in game, it's totally different as De Silva was on the ball quickly. Haji cuts it inside. So this Plewa quickly up Timbo. I was about to say, Plewa now with Cabacetta center defense. That should move Sharpie back to that right back spot. Ellis Hayden takes a tumble. Ahmedovich the foul.
A real bright spot this half. Zach Ellis Hayden had that one shot off the post. A couple of chances created and played really well so far tonight.
Didn't see a lot of time in the early going of the season. Had a little nick, but also Kevin Alston on that rehab assignment on the right back spot. So now he's getting settled in.
Yeah. Dennis Amatovich wanted to have a little bit, wanted to hug it out there before he beat him down the line.
Oh, now another dangerous left-footed service coming from De Silva.
Can they make this pressure count now? Anthony Pulis will be really dying for them to make something count before halftime.
Curled into the back post. Hines was in the vicinity. The full roll from Gwynwys.
Yeah, good save from Gwynwys. He's been good this half. First start, and he's been very, very solid. A little bit too much height on the trajectory of that cross there from De Silva, unlike his other deliveries.
One of those Rochester Rhinos over the top, or Edwards there before Valesky, who's been very quiet.
Really starved the service tonight so far.
Ellis Hayden. Let's see what tactical recognitions happen here with OCB now that St. Louis has switched back into that 4-4-2. Probably what they expected all along.
Yeah. And really, you know, I'm sure Coach Peters will be upset that he wasn't able to take advantage of the disorganization really from the St. Louis. They weren't really able to play that system how I'm sure Coach Preki wanted them to play it. That's why he switched it back, and they did look a little bit vulnerable with Hadji Berry running in between the left and right center backs.
Read it, got a foot to it. It'll be headed back by Cavacetta. Picking the right time to press. Doing it up at the MLS club too. Remember, fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Headed out, throw for St. Louis upcoming. Negative ball back. As David advancing forward, broken up by Lewis Neal. De Silva, quick turn, small space. Throw in OCB.
Very good in tight areas, Pierre De Silva. You'd like to see him be even a little bit more confident and try and keep going. He had half a yard on him. Could he use his pace there? And he certainly got it to drive forward and break the next line.
Neal checks the surroundings. He'll play the ball long left side. Thompson settle on top. Numbers coming forward for OCB. Martz on the ball in between some players. And the flag is up on Berry once again.
Good football, good switch from Lewis Neal and combination with Scott Thompson and Austin Martz, but Hadji Berry's got to time his run a little bit better. It went too soon. Defense stepped up, an easy call for the linesman there. Well, actually, maybe it wasn't as early as I thought. It was very, very close call. Very close call. Could have perhaps even been onside.
Guzman. There's a little pace. Thompson there with him. And it is Martz coming all the way back. So the players that Jason Kreis likes. So you expect that you're going to have the carbon copy at the OCB level. In behind, flag is up. That won't count. So no goal for Bierman, who got in behind a little too easily.
Yeah, first real time they've got in behind this OCB defense, and nice finish from Bierman, but he was offside. Nice ball from Angulo.
Camped out to pick cherries. De Silva.
So it'll be good to see that, another replay of that goal from another angle to see how close it was.
Pierre. One brings it back to Ellis Hayden, trying to find Berry. One little undercut there in the center. 45th minute.
Yeah, Valesky certainly know he'll be in a game tonight going up against Seb Hines all night. He is a no-nonsense defender, and if you check to the ball, you're going to have big Seb Hines in behind you, no doubt about it.
We expect Connor Donovan to spell him early in that second half as Seb comes back from that knee surgery.
A good start, good comeback so far for Seb Hines, touch wood, and he's doing well, giving away that offside chance there so far in this first half.
Attack will come from the right this time. And on Thompson, well, dipsy-do. Running the line, boy, getting in front and getting stuck in was Ellis Hayden. Getting back defensively because there was a runner inside. And Zach, no worse for wear.
Yeah, really nice feet there from Jose Angulo. Right on the end line there. Really does Scott Thompson. All ends up. Puts a great ball across the 6-yard box. And
that will be the half. So no stoppage time, no score as well between OCB and St. Louis FC.
Yep, OCB will be a little bit disappointed. They weren't able to punch one in there and go into the half at 1-0. It is 0-0 and all to play for in the second half.
Well, certainly had moments and unable to cash in. There's some good performances to talk about, but right now, level score line as OCB looking for a result for a third straight game. We're at the half in Orlando. OCB and St. Louis FC knotted at 0-0. We'll be back.
The pressure she must feel.
Back, beautiful night in Orlando. Halftime between St. Louis FC and OCB. No score, a stalemate against two coaches with quite the pedigree, a championship pedigree here in USL. Jeff Radcliffe, Oliver Twelvetrees alongside as we take a look at that comparison. Pulis, a championship winner as a player, and Preki, the coach of the year, and won a championship as a coach in 2014.
Yeah, and you've seen it's really been a tactical battle tonight. I've enjoyed watching it here as this. It really has been a tactical battle between the two coaches. Preki started with one system, changed midway through the half. And how did Coach Pulis react? And both of them, obviously, Coach Pulis come from a fantastic pedigree as well in terms of his father coaching Tony Pulis at West Brom in the Premier League. So both coaches got a lot of history and as players and as coaches.
Preki, a fabulous player as he had 28 caps for the U.S. men's national team. Remember that goal he had against Brazil in the '98 Gold Cup final to win it?
You know, perhaps one of the most talented, pure talented players to ever come out of the U.S. He's definitely in that conversation.
When we come back, we'll preview half number 2, talk tacticals and subs, a whole lot more coming up next here on USL Match Center.
We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars. Innovative technology, and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
On April 12th, the USL set the soccer world on fire as Phoenix Rising FC announced the signing of Didier Drogba, adding to the growing lineup of world-class players and young rising talent in the league, including England internationals Sean Wright-Phillips and Joe Cole, former Mexican international Omar Bravo, and German international Marcel Schaefer. The announcement set off a whirlwind of activity for the former Ivory Coast international, known simply as the King. First, hundreds of Phoenix Rising FC faithful packed the Phoenix airport in hopes of catching a glimpse of the global star, giving their newest addition a world-class welcome. And he did not disappoint. Didier posed with the Rising FC scarf and took time to shake hands and snap selfies with his newest supporters. The drums were out in full force, filling the airport with chants and songs of La Furia Roja 1881 and Bandidos, the club's recognized supporter groups. Then, late Sunday night, Didier was formally introduced to a packed house during halftime of the Phoenix Rising FC and Swope Park Rangers match. Joined at midfield by dozens of local youth soccer players, all clamoring for his photo and shaking his hand, Didier was introduced by club governor Burke Bakay and presented with his new number 11 Phoenix Rising jersey. Never short for words, the King grabbed a mic and addressed the crowd. After his comments, he embraced his youth players on the field, shook hands with fans in the stands, and even kissed a few babies. All in a week's work for one of the world's top soccer talents and personalities, and the newest member of Phoenix Rising FC and the USL. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
We built the USL into the largest Division II professional soccer league in the world. And now the time has come to announce USL Division III, America's professional third division league, completing the U.S. pro soccer landscape. It's time for your town, your team, your game. D3 will fuel local pride and local passion, creating a new legacy for the beautiful game and inspiring its tribal following across the country. This is professional soccer, built on a disciplined financial model and operational excellence, featuring exciting venues to thrill fans in hungry new markets yearning for the game. USL Division III, professional, passionate, proven. Pro soccer starts here, coming in 2019. For more information, visit usld3.com.
Trying to find it. Barnes got a head to it. It's in off the... No, it's not yet in. It looked in from up here. Off the post. It hit both of them. Spector closed in. The follow-up from Barnes was kept out. Johnson is onside. Trying to bring it down. Gets an attempt away, and it's in. Will Johnson. Fantastic goal to put Orlando in front. Four-minute stoppage time, most of it for Jump's injury earlier this half. Johnson's corner of the traffic, it's in from Kyle must be April, but this is perhaps starting to look for real here in Orlando City, isn't it?
We are back at Orlando City Stadium. OCB and St. Louis FC knotted 0-0. Jeff Radcliffe, Oliver 12 trees here on USL Match Center. So glad to have you along as we take a look at some of the highlights from that first half. No goals scored, but there was some good action, you'd have to say.
Yeah, it was a tight tactical battle in the first half and some interesting adjustments made from both coaches. Some great deliveries from De Silva there. One there. Ends up with a shot from Larea.
Grinwis was a busy man at times. That one took a little deflection.
Yeah, and a good performance making his first start for St. Louis tonight.
And OCB's fans looking to drum up something. And Angulo got things going off target there, but proved his ability to be dangerous. Yeah. And then Larea.
Yeah, great opportunity here. Lays that for Austin Martz and just waiting for that ball a little bit. And so Austin Martz got underneath it. Really snatched at it and got underneath the shot and was a very, very good opportunity.
Barry offside a couple of times. This was one of the best chances of the night.
Yeah, really, really nice move there involving the three-play combination move. Zach Ellis-Hayden on the overlap. Just couldn't really quite get that across the keeper there, but good, hard, powerful shot.
Trying to contain the disdain. That was a nice shot there from Zach Ellis-Hayden. Had a lot behind it. Nothing in the net, though. Shots on target. Orlando City 6-2 and 2-0 for St. Louis. And OCB bossing the possession a bit.
Yeah, certainly. OCB will be a little bit disappointed they weren't able to get that goal and go in a halftime up 1-0. And, when you do have 6 shots, you want to get a chance to put one in the back of the net.
Fans, you can experience the Orlando City Stadium. Orlando City B season tickets are available at orlandocitysc.com-OCB-tickets. As the teams getting set for warm-ups. It's only USL game on the docket tonight, so glad to have you along. You look at the history of USL, and one of the bedrock foundations of the league is the Premier Development League. 370 USL players currently with PDL experience. That includes 14 for St. Louis, 11 for OCB. It's really part of the maturation of any soccer player here in this country and beyond, really now.
Yeah, the slogan is really the path to pro. And, the path to pro here in the U.S., a lot of the players are going to college, and almost all of them now are going to play in the PDL over the summer, where they can maintain their college eligibility, but, get their living expenses paid for and play at a high level. It's almost like an all-star league with the best players in the country, an opportunity for them to then get that PDL experience, play against some of the best players in the country, and then get them some more exposure, and then that gives them the chance to springboard and get into the USL or into the MLS.
Develop those passing skills. As we look at the distribution coming into the match, Tampa Bay leading the way in the East with numbers of passes, also the accuracy. St. Louis and Orlando right next to one another by a single pass coming in, but the accuracy, St. Louis a little bit of edge, and I think Orlando probably looking a little better and trending up in that department here tonight.
Yeah, so there's a lot of similarities between these two teams, and we knew it would be a tight game coming in. Both teams have scored 9 goals on the year, and you can see they're both trying to pass the ball the right way. Both coaches want to play in the right way. They want to get it down on the deck and pass and move and try and control the tempo of the game. But perhaps what's missing, where they're not quite breaking into that upper echelon of the league, is that accuracy. That's what they want to do. You want to get your passing accuracy up to above 80%. The top teams in MLS are possessing at 82, 83, 84%, and that's really where these USL teams strive to get to.
Talk a little bit now about maybe adjustments and subs that could come in. We know that Hines will come out here shortly. So a defensive sub will be forced to be burned here by Anthony Pulis, but who could come on to maybe nick that goal?
Yeah, St. Louis has already changed their system once, and it did actually help, and it improved them, and Angulo just had a chance just before halftime as well, so that switch back for a 4-4-2 helped them. So I think it's always in OCB's, the ball's in their court now. Are they going to make a change? Maybe we'll see a striker blow up front, maybe Dick Warrell play up front, or Ben Polk even to give them a little bit more of a thrust in front of goal.
Well, the USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Of course, you can see a lot of those rising stars in the PDL as well. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting USLsoccer.com. Follow us on Twitter at USL. Of course, we're at Orlando City Stadium, the home to 3 teams this year as OCB moved back from Melbourne to play in this brand new facility. Also, the Orlando Pride, the legend Marta. The Pride returning home here Sunday, May 14th to take on the North Carolina Courage. Season and single game tickets still available at orlando-pride.com. This field's going to get a lot of play. I mean, Matt, the groundskeeper, going to be earning his paycheck, no doubt, here in this new stadium.
Yeah, he's definitely doing great work, though, as you know, as we saw Preki when he was coming up onto the field, bringing the players on. He was dying to get on the pitch himself, and he was making a joke about, well, if you can't play on this, you may as well pack it in because it's a fantastic surface here, and, you know, it's made for passing football.
Preki, 53 years young, still looks like he's fit enough to give it a go.
And it does look like Connor Donovan might be starting this second half and getting the full 45 minutes with Seb Hines just playing the 45, which makes a lot of sense.
Certainly good to see Seb back in the fold after the injuries last year and also now the coming back from the surgery. So there will be one change on the defensive end. And we're hearing Matt Sheldon may make an appearance for St. Louis FC. Matt Sheldon, the defender.
Yeah, Matt Sheldon and Connor Donovan coming into the play here.
Well, what do you need to change if you're Preki to get a little more offense? Because you really have not had anything on target as of yet.
I think they've got to get a lot more support for Valesky. And no surprise there, to be honest. Ahmedovic coming out, struggled in that 3-4-3 system.
See if it's a like-for-like switch. If Sheldon goes to the left back spot, we will see. So each coach has exhausted one of 3 available subs. That's new this year in USL. Historically, there's been 5. It puts a little more pressure on the MLS-affiliated sides because their whole idea is to develop, get some guys in and out. But in the case of OCB, you bring some of these players down on rehab assignments, and if they're defenders, it's going to leave you limited in the attacking half.
Yeah, but it is more in line with FIFA regulations. So
set for second half as the Lions will attack right to left here, and we are underway. Now Timbo is immediately a little effort being shown by Valesky. Going to cause some havoc right off the kickoff. So just underway. Second half, no score. Earl Edwards will come out and take this. Edwards looking for shutout number 2 tonight.
And certainly St. Louis now, as expected, coming out in that 4-4-2 lineup.
Donovan, now Neal. Sheldon there at the right back spot.
Just a like-for-like swap there with Connor Donovan and
Sharpie now on
Seb
the left
Hines.
side, though. They've switched sides. Oh, a little turn inside. And what do we got here? A little consternation. It will be awarded back to St. Louis. Caleb Mendez.
Yeah, slip there from Sharpie. Almost got Larea in, but couldn't quite take advantage.
So Sheldon, the 6'1", 171-pound defender from Portland, Oregon, with the Orange County Blues last year. You don't want Larea running free in the box either. Playing to the whistle. Here's the switch. Sheldon will be on the ball now. Little space, closed down quickly. Silva forces him back. Little shove from behind. That was seen by Mendez. Quick restart, St. Louis. David switching it left. Sharpie.
Even more so than the tactical switches, I think David moving into the center midfield has really made a big difference for St. Louis in the end of the first half and the beginning of the second. Very imposing, physical figure.
Octavio Guzman committing the foul. Be fun to watch he and Lewis Neal here the rest of this half. St. Louis trying to snap a 2-game losing skid after running 3 in a row against Ottawa, Red Bulls 2, and Pittsburgh. A short end of a 4-0 defeat in Cincinnati at Nippert Stadium. And lost at home to Charlotte last week. In both games they had good portion of the play and had good, really good moments. Giving up goals at inopportune times. Now OCB trying to get first goal of the night.
Yeah, great hold-up play there from Hadji, showing his strength, showing how his all-around game's improved so much since getting drafted out of college. Just not quite on the same page as Austin Martz, but good center-forward play there from the young man from Guinea.
Oh, Thompson sliding to keep it in. Guzman stood up by Schweitzer. Neal back to Thompson. Looking to switch. Instead, we'll come back to Earl Edwards.
And Schweitzer hasn't missed a tackle tonight. Very strong in the tackle this evening.
Thompson, 50-50, falls to Hadji Berry. Muscled off the ball that time. Tony Walls. Walls, the 27-year-old veteran, making his first start tonight. Won a championship with Rochester a couple of years back. Key cog in that championship team. Neal trying to get Martz in behind. Sharpie was wise to it. Back to his keeper, Grinwis.
You wonder if Sharpie's also been moved over to the left to deal with Austin Martz. Sharpie's definitely
a little bit more pacey.
Exactly, got some good pace to him, and Austin's going to need it to mark Austin Martz.
Letting it hit the ground. De Silva keep it near. Wins it back though. Pierre De Silva trucking forward. Left into Hadji Berry. Can he get a cross in? It's dug out and cleared.
Yeah, nice break there from De Silva and
Thompson.
Larea.
With another win. Neal will switch the point of attack. Zach Ellis Hayden. The Martz holding it up. It's a turn and falling on the ball, Grinwis.
I always tell my boys, there's someone crossing the ball out wide on the right or the left side. You've got to attack that front post if you're a forward. You've got to get across the keeper because chances are it's going to go into that front post area. And Hadji Berry was hanging out the back post, and it was a good ball in there from Austin Martz too.
Held in. A little bit of complaining from the technical areas here. Sharpie, Tarpon Springs native, back in his home state. Bierman on the ball. Mats Bierman from Irvine. I asked Coach Pulis who impressed him, who stood out on tape. It was Bierman, he said. Really been good for them on that left side. Right now it's on the right, and it will be OCB conceding the throw. Throw from Sheldon. And no problems. Earl Edwards. First round pick in 2015. Makes up the third round. It was Kyle Laren that was the first pick in that draft.
Pretty big, good pick.
Yeah. Highly regarded out of UCLA. Now Larea fouled from behind. Easy call for Caleb Mendez. We may have our first booking of the night. Going to the front pocket. And being shown yellow is Tony Walls.
I believe it was actually Conrad Playwa.
Playwa gets it?
Yeah.
Yeah, over the back.
Richie Larea just broke pressure there, and Playwa Silva knew he couldn't let man and ball get past him, so he brings him down. You want your center back to make those tackles, though. He's got to break up the play. Can't let Richie Larea break through the line.
Free kick. Who else on it? Number 98, Pierre da Silva. 30 yards from goal. Footed, swung to that back post. Dealt with again. Schweitzer, second ball. It's fall inside the area. Oh, and a massive collision between da Silva and Tyler David, I believe. David down for the count here. Had the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, da Silva, bit of a mismatch there on size. I would think Guzman's got a few pounds on da Silva, but da Silva held his ground. Knew exactly what he was doing, didn't want to let Guzman get down the pitch and have a free run at OCB's back line. Brings him down, picks up the yellow, concedes a free kick. Is discipline an issue with Pierre da Silva? You know, we saw him get a red card here a couple of weeks back, another yellow tonight. I'm sure it's something as a young player he needs to continue to improve on.
Just 18, the U.S. Youth International. Got his MLS debut earlier this season against Philadelphia. Thompson and steady. Commentator's curse, couldn't get that one cleared forward. OCB throw. And 2 subs available to each gaffer. And here comes the second. So Guzman is off. And that will bring in Max Alvarez, who has seen time in every game. Another Sacramento Republic player. Won the championship there with Preki. Take it into the corner immediately.
Guzman's subbed out. Good hard work from him tonight, but wasn't quite able to produce.
Foul. Timbo. Here just getting into the back and getting involved in the game. That's all that was. Alvarez out of Napa, California. Haji Berry now a player down in the middle of the pitch. Cabocetta slow to get up. Bodies are starting to hit the floor here, Oliver.
Yeah, certainly Cabocetta went up early for that one, and Haji Berry just undercut him a little bit there, and Cabocetta, the Costa Rican, landed on his back, and it's a painful one. I don't think there was any intent there from Haji Berry, but just the timing of it brought him down.
Throw from Martz. Just the give back. Plewa. Header from Timbo. Sheldon. Right side. Look what I found. Richie Larea to Neal. Trying to move it side to side, and boy, I was wrong. Neal, a shaky pass there, turned over. Everybody getting back. I don't think I've ever seen that. 2 in 1 game. And I'll hear it for bringing it up too. Lou, part of the MLS broadcast team on TV. Lifted left. Zach Ellis Hayden hasn't put a foot wrong or a head wrong.
He's played very, very well tonight, and you know, overall this team's very well drilled. Even though it was a bad giveaway from Lewis Neal in the center of park, the whole team transitioned back very, very well and really snuffed out the danger.
Connor Donovan, long ball. There's one. Cabocetta. It's back to Plewa. Conrad, Red Bull 2 last year. Get more of the ball. St. Louis FC is coming up on that hour mark. Oh, you got to get it off Angulo's foot, able to do so. We'll give it another try. And a deflection made by Connor Donovan, who a little spin cycle on the rear there.
Yeah, and there was an overlap there for Angulo as well on his left, and if he'd been able to see it, he would have been able to slide his teammate in, and it could have been real trouble there.
See his quality, Angulo.
Yeah, and he's trying to get his shot. He's trying to get that left foot going. That's his one intention in his mind. Can I get my ball on my left foot and get my shot off?
Signed with the New England Revolution out of high school. Never played. Has had a remarkable career at the USL level as that one skirts to the backside. Angulo pushed off the ball. He's many a goal he has scored against an Orlando team when he was with Pittsburgh and Harrisburg. Pushed out. And he'll track back defensively and do the dirty work.
I think we got it right tonight with a player to watch, Jeff. Angulo's been everywhere. He's creating havoc, working hard on both sides of the ball. And OCB certainly have to keep an eye on him in this last 30 or so minutes of the game.
Perky, one available sub, and so far the numbers have helped. Voleski to the box, trying to get a shot off, closed down quickly. Schweitzer was in there and right at Earl Edwards.
You know, OCB need to get their passing game going now. They're a little bit under the cosh, and St. Louis able to connect some passes in OCB's half. Voleski coming to life a little bit.
Comes back center St. Louis. We're on the 60th minute. So an hour gone by, still no score. Possession coming back towards St. Louis, 52-48. You can check those stats live now, next to the Opta features now on USLsoccer.com. Match Center just great. Got the touch and heat maps, formations, lineups, everything you need to follow your team and the rest of the league. Martz gonna cross away, trying to find Barry, who's been somewhat absent.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Pulis goes to his bench here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. A lot of firepower on the bench. Danny Deacon, Ben Polk, Albert Dikwa. All players that can break a game open.
Come back to Donovan. Finds the feet of De Silva. He'll give it a go. De Silva parried away by Grinwis. Big chance for OCB that will lead to a set piece.
A lovely bit of football there. Lewis Neal opened his hips as if he was going to play long diag, and then just cut a ball right into Pierre De Silva's feet in the pocket. And good strike from Pierre De Silva. Keeper makes a good save.
That was on frame.
That's really the next part to his game, isn't it? Pierre De Silva adding some goals to his game. That's really the next step of his development.
Martz serve it away high in the air. Gulo able to head it out. Will get as far as Scott Thompson.
Does look like we've got a head collision.
Yeah, don't want to see this. And Caleb Mendez will stop play.
Looks like it's Haji Berry and Connor Donovan that's down. No, not Connor Donovan.
Is it Timbo? No.
Yeah, I think it's Timbo. Yeah, Timbo and Haji Berry going up for the same ball.
Haji now seated. Fernando Timbo.
You really wouldn't want to run into Timbo, would you, anytime soon?
No.
He's a big boy, big barrel-chested gentleman.
Fernando de Moraes San Feliz. full name. You can call him Timbo.
Been solid tonight.
Neil will take this opportunity to take on some hydration. Have a quick chat.
Yeah, you'd almost think it would be water break time. The heat, you know, before kickoff it was over 90.
Yeah, they said no water breaks needed. The wet bulb globe, whatever, I can't remember what they called it. Wet globe temperature. Humidity not high enough. Easy for us to say up here.
Yeah, certainly important for these lads to get some water. Barry getting a drink.
Well, Timbo up off the mat, and it's fine.
It'll be interesting to see if there are any more tactical adjustments from these coaches made going into the last 30 minutes, last third of the game. They're very important. I'm sure St. Louis will really important to snap that 2-game losing streak. OCB will want to build on the important win they had on the road against Bethlehem Steel.
Grenwis will put it in play. Over everybody. Timbo. He's at square. Some pressure coming now from Valesky. Bierman coming in as well. And that will be put long. Lorea waiting for it, falls down to the Canadian. Da Silva. Trying to decide what to do. I think he was caught in two minds. Still gets the throw.
Yeah, he's really waiting for that overlap of Thompson. Just a little bit late coming and a bit late on the decision.
Trying to back heel it to himself. Neal got ahead to it. Timbo, Donovan, nicely done right at the halfway line. Throw to Thompson.
I think we're going to have to ask Coach Anthony Pulis if he can get any whiter shoes for the next game.
That's right. They're almost glowing. Clean. Silva causing some problems here early in the second half. Thompson is with Barry along the left side. Everybody on side, getting the edge. Corner kick, OCB.
Yeah, that was better. A little bit more creativity. Certainly some more flair and creativity needed in this OCB performance tonight, and they're going to get it from that man, Pierre Da Silva, no doubt about it.
He is on a yellow card.
Certainly doesn't shy away from a tackle, does he, the young man? He's got that determination and drive.
Martz serve this up. Hit it through the box.
Oh, that was a fantastic opportunity. Just skipped off the top of Timbo's head. Really good opportunity to put one in the back of the net.
Trying to channel his inner Will Johnson.
Both of them, both center backs, just missed it. Both Connor Donovan and Timbo just couldn't get a proper contact on the ball. That was the goal was a gaping.
Both keepers, Grenwis and Edwards, keeping the clean sheets. Alvarez, right side Sheldon gets a cheer. Then we'll have the third and final change for Preki. Seth Rudolph.
There's Angulo who's coming off. So interesting change from Preki. Angulo played a lot of minutes, but getting a rest here now tonight.
Rudolph, one of the returning players on the St. Louis side. 10 appearances, 2 goals a year ago. Played in Sweden after starting at George Washington. And from Bellevue, Illinois. So subs are done. Still a long way to go here. So the 11 that are on the field are the ones that are going to have to finish for St. Louis FC. looking for their 4th win of the season tonight. Martz marauding up the right side, and that's going to be too far. Trying to find Larea.
Looks like Rudolph's going to play on the right-hand side of the midfield 4, and that will allow Alvarez to just push up front in a front 2 with Valesky. A lot of flexibility in this team for Preki. You can see he's creating a mirror image of him as a player in terms of his technical and tactical flexibility.
Valesky on the ball. Timbo. Yeah. It's a foul.
A good idea. Nice run through from Alvarez. Trying to play it around the corner from Valesky, but just went out of bounds.
So throw instead. McDonald's crew ready to go. Over in the wall supporter section, which this Saturday will be filled to the rafters. Colorado Rapids come to town. Face the undefeated at home Orlando City Lions. 69th minute, De Silva. Timbo. Larea will mix up there with Haji. Schweitzer not making any mistakes about that, putting it back. Neal. To Barry. Oh, one touch, beautifully done. Larea should draw the foul and go into the pocket.
Yeah, Tyler Davis definitely going to be going in the book for this. You can see Larea's drawn 2 yellow cards. Very, very similar situation. Able to break through the midfield line and twice being pulled down. Not by the same player, so Tyler David gets a yellow card. Richie wasn't too happy about that either. He knew he was off to the races.
Wants to keep the goal scoring run intact. He scored OCB's last 2.
Yeah, you want to see that drive from him. You want to see that attitude of wanting to go on and be the dominant character in this team, be the guy that, the go-to guy that can get on the ball and make things happen. Need more of that from him.
Second-year St. Louis man. Tyler David into the book. Captain. Started SLU, St. Louis University. Originally from Minnesota. De Silva on the ball. Timbo listed at 6'3", Donovan 6'2".
Get straight. Really trying to have to whip this ball into Silva to create an angle.
Silva lets it fly. Cut out by Conrad Plewa.
Yeah, very, very difficult from that angle. It's a lot easier. You've got to try and create more of an angle, maybe have a little overlap on the free kick. Just dump a straight ball in. That's easy for Plewa and his pals.
Plewa played it perfectly.
It's bread and butter for the big centre back.
So he's trying to nick a goal here in the last 20 minutes. Now turned over. Valesky on the ball for St. Louis. Immediately turned over. Neal going from defense to offense off his line. Quickly was Grinwis, as trouble in the form of number 13, Haji Berry, was lurking.
Yeah, that's called counter the counter-attack. Opportunity to counter for St. Louis. Lewis Neal intercepts brilliantly and just overhits that through ball a little bit. Could have created another goal-scoring opportunity for OCB.
Thompson. Neal. OCB throw in front of Rudolph. Ball's into space. A big race to it. Donovan came up quickly. Hold it. Quickly distributed out left. Schweitzer getting stuck in, taking it away again. Leaving the long ball ahead. Barry just in behind, off his chest. Plewa was with him.
Yeah, as you said, Jordan Schweitzer's been everywhere tonight, winning his battles in his areas of the pitch.
Turned over again. Martz, Da Silva, will he have a go? He will. Knock down 2 defenders. Still on the ball, OCB. Service dealt with again.
Another opportunity there for Pierre Da Silva to get his shot off. This time couldn't get it around the defender, and the defender makes a good block.
Another giveaway for St. Louis.
This game's there for the winning. Someone who's going to step up and take the responsibility. I'm sure Coach Pulis and Coach Pracky is going to really implore his team on in the last 15 minutes to see if somebody can win this game. I think it's going to be a 1-goal game, if any.
Schweitzer. Neal. Timbo to Thompson. Had to come back to the ball. Continuing the battle along the right side. Rudolph on the run. Cuts to his left foot. Straight away, playing it forward. Donovan read it. Schweitzer opening up a bit here as of late. Martz marauding through, slips it in. Down in the box. And nothing doing. Lorea. You like the creativity here, though, Oliver.
Yeah, great run there from Martz. That's what Martz wants to do. He wants to run at you. He wants to attack the space, really taking the St. Louis back line on. Slips a lovely ball through to Richie Lorea and really just didn't make a decision quick enough. Good defending. Good defending from Sharpie, but Richie Lorea's maybe got to make that decision a little bit earlier. Is he going to cross it? Is he going to shoot? But good defending there from Sharpie.
Up on the final quarter hour. Glad to have you along here on USL Match Center. Thrown in. Walls. Now Sheldon. Da Silva mixed up. Wins the possession for OCB. Trying to drum up a late goal here.
I think Coach Pulis will be going to his bench shortly.
Just only made the one change.
Yeah, just only over 15 minutes to go. 92 degrees it started the game at.
We see a Albert Dikwa.
I would think he'll be coming up shortly. Joint top scorer on the squad this year.
There's 2 with Lorea, who got all of his in the last game. Been a collection. Barry's got a goal. Neal has a goal this year.
Yeah,
Zach Carroll.
And that's, I guess, is the consistency. A lot of got a great squad, big squad. A lot of players coming down as well from Orlando City. So a lot of interchanges and maybe affecting that final piece of the puzzle, that final ball, that final communication, execution link that's so important in this game.
A little different on the other side. It's Valesky and Angulo who scored 6, accounting for 85% of their team's goals. Angulo out of the game, though, at the moment. We'll stay there.
It certainly looks like if anyone's going to win it, it's going to be OCB there.
Well, the game can be a cruel mistress, though, right? The better of everything, and something comes against you to run a play. That's what you got to avoid now. Is one goal will make it very difficult. This will be 53% of the possession. Sent left. Sharpie. Run. It's going to be off Zach Ellis Hayden. A throw. And here comes the change. See Paul Klaus come in for Richie Lorea. So this is a little bit more of a defensive midfielder for an attacking midfielder.
A couple of nice bursts there in the game from Richie Lorea. Solid performance, if not spectacular.
I'll make that Danny Deacon. Excuse me, misread the number.
And Danny will
so
provide.
Deacon, he is he's a burner.
Yeah, he's a left-footed player. Good attacking player. drafted this season and be looking to make his mark. Hasn't really had that much of an opportunity. A few off-the-bench appearances, and we'll be trying to make the most out of this last 15 minutes of the game.
Danny Deacon is University of South Carolina, two-time All-Conference USA performer.
And came to the U.S. via way of England. Came over through a friend of mine, Chris Cousins. Did very well in the college game, and now looking to make that transition into the pro game.
Now on a USL contract as well, and Edwards hasn't had much to do tonight. Off his line quickly in the 78th. So my apologies, Danny Deacon, all close. Makes a little more sense.
Yeah, certainly. I didn't think Coach Pierce was going to settle for the draw here and try and shut up shop, and he hasn't. Deacon will play just underneath Barry, and here he is
Deacon
now.
on the ball. With some pace, will take it to the line. Get a cross away, it's a good one. Grinwis had to come out quickly. Body's hitting the floor inside the 18. Martz was in there.
And that's what I was talking about that earlier. Martz getting across the goalkeeper. You know where that cross is going to come. It's probably going to end up in the front post. Great run from Deacon, and this time Martz does get across the keeper. Just doesn't quite get enough on it.
This is Deacon's fourth appearance of the season. Just have 2 shots.
A good chance created there from Danny Deacon, from Sheffield lad.
Foul by Donovan. Crescendo building here. Not be the biggest crowd you'll see, but certainly the noise stays in this building. David will leave it. '80th minute. We remind you once again, Nike is the official sponsor of USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Sheldon.
Scott Thompson didn't quite know where that ball was. Good win from him and lost sight of it.
David makes the switch. Sharpie here on the left side, steps over, gets the ball away, and mishit it a bit.
Yeah, traditionally a fullback there.
Well, the USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting USLsoccer.com and follow us on Twitter at USL. You can also stay up to date. USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays on Sirius XM FC 85. That show at 9 o'clock. And remember, the game of the week each week on Sirius XM FC. Check the listings on USLsoccer.com. Media profile raising in USL each and every year.
In 2019, USL 3 coming on board. Another division.
Remember sitting here 2013 talking with then President Tim Holt about the addition of the MLS reserve sides to the league the next year. Just look at where we're at now, what it's done.
Yeah, and Tim Holt now at San Antonio, doing a fantastic job.
Talk about a season start for them.
With Darren Powell, head coach there. Fantastic young coach, one of the up-and-coming young coaches in the game. And
he's an academy coach here in Orlando for a little bit. Haji Berry commits the foul. And back it up. Lewa. 82nd minute. Still waiting for the opener as far as scoring. Right now these teams poised to split the points. I believe St. Louis opened the season with a 0-0 draw on the road against Louisville, which was a great result for them at the time. This will be another one. Trying to hold down the fort. Sheldon. Walls, dangerous ball. Timbo got ahead to it. St. Louis starting to look a little more sneaky here.
definitely get to that point in the game. Any mistake here in this game could be very, very vital.
Sharpie. Go up, and it'll be a throw.
Connor Donovan's looked sharp in this second half, made a couple of really, really good tackles. Blocks.
Donovan's 5th appearance of the season here at the USL level. Oh, quick turn in the box, shot across the face of goal. Luckily, nobody there in front to pound it back in. The service to the far side.
Yeah, Connor Donovan did get a little too tight there, and he was just rolled by Valesky, just rolled his man into a great opportunity there on the end line, and I'm not sure if it was a shot or a cutback, but one of the best opportunities of the game there for St. Louis FC.
Valesky, one of those strikers, may not do much throughout the games of Kyle Laren, and all of a sudden will get you right at the end.
He really hasn't had the service tonight. He's had to survive on scraps, hasn't had a lot of ball, but he shows what he can do there if he gets the ball in the box.
Valesky was the 2015 MLS Combine MVP. First in the agility trill. Also the 5-10-5 and second in the 30-meter dash. So got drafted by Portland and never really was able to stick. Go ahead.
You're saying he'd probably get us in a race then?
Yes. Maybe not you. Your nickname is Flash, right? Thompson. And one sub still available for Anthony Pulis. De Silva ducking down. Valesky. So he's done damage the last couple of years in Rochester. Oh, foul committed. Barry goes down. Everybody in white not inclined to agree with the decision from Caleb Mendez. Barry still down. And we will have a change.
Looks like it's going to be the man of the hour. Dequoy.
Cameroonian, 19-year-old.
And this player is some talent.
Product of SEMA, the Soccer Institute at Montfort Academy. Real direct player, high work rate guy. He's got 2 goals this season.
He's going to cover ground. He's going to harass the back 4. And if he gets a chance, he can bury it.
So Haji, see if he's the one to come off here. We're still waiting for the substitution to be made official.
Coach Pulis is looking at him. Come on, lad, hurry up. Get your shin guards on.
It's like my son down there taking forever. Valentino some final instructions. Hey, just chase the ball.
Get on the field. Still hasn't got on the pitch yet. So OCB play with Ted.
Albert with 5 points already. Neal unleashes long bomb along the right side. Sharpie could only put it out. Martz, 4 minutes to go. Yeah, so Barry will come off. Dequoy will come on. OCB in possession right now. De Silva take it around the corner, can't get there. Goal kick.
Bought himself half a yard there and dropped his shoulder, but couldn't quite get that cross in before the ball went out.
Third and final sub, now official. So you're in for a treat here to watch this young man.
Yeah, sure is the maestro behind Montverde Academy. Coach Mike Batemper will be watching here. Great program he has over there at Montverde, the SEMA program, just developing, scouting and developing players from all over the world and giving them opportunity here in the US.
And you see him now. He'll chase everything down and try to create that way. So you have Deacon with fresh legs too as a burner. I'm sure Martz still has the high gear left. Now trying to find Dequoy was De Silva. Ellis Hayden will chase it down. Making them defend right to left. Martz, quick turn, leaving it right. Overlap coming. Ellis Hayden crosses away. Da Silva was trying to get on the end of it. And Martz all the way back here on the near side now. Thompson playing the triangle. Martz and Da Silva come in. Martz will give it a shot and scale it right over the top of the bar. He was hungry for it.
Yeah, nice three-player combination between Scott Thompson, Pierre Da Silva, and then Martz getting the shot off, driving into the midfield. And again, just didn't quite follow through. A similar technique to in the first half, just kind of stopped on contact with the ball and didn't have a true follow-through, and that's why that ball just kind of drifted up over the top. But again, you know, him and Pierre Da Silva, maybe it's that final product, that final shot that's missing in their game, but everything else is top-notch.
Slow to get up. Schweitzer took one for the team. Should see some significant stoppage time with some of the injuries we've had. And again, no goals. Working into Dikwa, heads it back towards Martz. Da Silva on the ball now. Can't keep it. Schweitzer had to go to ground. Now St. Louis trying to work a counter. Alvarez. Valesky bumps off Thompson. Valesky trying to set it up to that left. Unable to do so. Da Silva. Up the line. Dikwa got a touch. Plewa fouls him. Short time here in Orlando. Schweitzer completes the switch of play.
Is there another opportunity? Is there a last gasp opportunity here for either team?
Deacon backing things up. Donovan. St. Louis, and say you take a point. We're hearing from downstairs there'll be 3 minutes tacked on to the end of this one. We're in our 90th mound. Dikwa pushed off the ball. Actually, Caleb Mendez says he was the one that pushed.
Interesting call there from the referee. Looks like they were both holding each other, but Sheldon gets the benefit of the doubt.
St. Louis will return to action at home against Rochester on the 6th of May. And it's a 16-day break for Orlando City B. They are on the road to Nippert Stadium on the 13th of May. In front of that huge crowd in Cincinnati. So here we're in the first of 3 minutes minimum of stoppage time.
I'm sure Coach Pierce would really like to get that 3 points going into a bit of a break, and I'm sure the other teams around them will catch up on them. So it's important that they keep pushing here in injury time, see if they can collect all 3 points home tonight.
Next time we see him back here at Orlando City Stadium will be the 27th, Saturday against Charlotte. Those two teams meet for the second time. Charlotte OCB played to a 1-1 draw back here on April 8th. First minute is about exhausted. Carroll. Thompson, rather. To Plewa. Trying to play it direct at this point of the match. Getting in behind, the run coming. Too far out in front, throw OCB. 92nd minute. A little more than 90 seconds remain. Maybe a little extra at the discretion of the referee after that last injury as Plewa was down being tended to. Neal, Schweitzer. Here come the Lions breaking out of the cage on the right side. Ellis Hayden will leave it back. Schweitzer. Over a minute to go. Ellis Hayden gets around. Hayden crosses away for Da Silva. Foul in the box.
The referee's been a little bit picky all night tonight. He's called pretty much anything and everything. And they're an
consistent,
opportunity.
though?
Consistently picky, in my opinion. A good opportunity here. Great work from Zach Ellis. Had a quality evening on the pitch tonight. And, you know, Pierre de Silva's going out for that challenge. He's got to go and challenge that ball. His arm is out, but he's also got to protect himself. So
Selling out. Oh, and Timbo is down. Looks like a cramp. I'll see this out, at least to get this point. About a half a minute remains. As Adam Grinwis and Earl Edwards will both have clean sheets, so the scoreline hold. Maybe one more chance in the offing for St. Louis.
yeah, Timbo's
Bierman.
got a cramp as well. Is he going to be able to mark Valesky?
Does Valesky know this too? That's the other thing. Boy, getting a shot off. Edwards high in the air, taps it to himself. Great chance for St. Louis. But the keeper for OCB was up to the challenge. We played full 3. One more build-up. Martz. Play on.
Is there an opportunity of the death? St. Louis just had one.
Switched. To advance it, Sheldon. Right side, it comes to Alvarez. Almost to the 4-minute mark, bent to the back post, over everybody. And the goal kick may be the last kick of the game. Let's see. Referee Caleb Mendez checked the watch. Whistle in mouth. And that will do it. St. Louis and OCB split the points here on a Thursday night in Orlando. So OCB up to 9, St. Louis up to 11. Is it a fair result, Oliver, 12 trees?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, St. Louis will be happy with that point. They were stronger in the second half than they were in the first. OCB a little bit disappointed that they didn't manage to convert and get all 3 points, but at the end of the day, it just didn't quite do enough to take advantage of the opportunities they had. The execution wasn't quite there, but some good promising performances from OCB's young players. And a clean sheet, another clean sheet for Earl Edwards Jr., 2 in a row, so he'll be happy with that. And so will the young man from St. Louis, Adam Grenoir. First start, first clean sheet.
Not bad. Zeros across the board. We'll be right back to put a bow tie on it. Orlando City and St. Louis, and the game 0-0.
She must feel.
Evans is so calm and composed on the ball. How about that from the Bogogu to find her? And I don't know how Evans sneaks that through.
Lewis Neal serving up the John Hancock, the autograph for the captain of OCB, as the Lions earn a point with St. Louis, a 0-0 draw. Back-to-back clean sheets for Earl Edwards and that back line for Orlando City B, Oliver.
Yeah, solid performance. Seb Hines, Connor Donovan, and Fernando Timbo all really serving time well there at the back line and doing a great job of have really limited St. Louis FC's chances, and they'll be a little disappointed that they weren't able to get one at the other end, but a very hard-fought game, good tactical battle in the first half, and opened up a little bit in the second half.
Good for OCB going into a long break, coming back to take that road trip to Cincinnati 16 days from now. St. Louis goes to 3-2-2. We'll move up to 11, enter the match in 4th place. OCB on 9 points now. As we look at the stats from this match, Oliver.
Yes, as I said, it was a very, very even game. Very even game going into this match. We knew it was going to be tight. Great tactical battle. I thought a good performance from Jordan Schweitzer. I thought he's growing as a player all the time. He's enjoyed that road trip and coming back a lot more confident on the other side. Valesky led the line well, had a couple of chances at the end, and Jose Angulo had some chances as well to win the game.
Take a look back at some of the highlights in this one. Here shortly as autograph seeking continues. Earl Edwards on the USL Team of the Week.
Yeah, another clean sheet for him. He had a clean sheet against Bethlehem Steel, and he's turned around and got another one, and did make a very important save at the end there. Good save from Valesky. I'm sure we'll see that again now.
Some of the highlights from this one. OCB had 8 chances, 3 on frame. There was one of them right here.
Yeah, fantastic overlapping run there from Zach Ellis-Hayden.
Well,
great little pass there from Lewis Neal. Finds Pierre da Silva, and Pierre da Silva gets his shot off, and the keeper makes perhaps the save of the night.
0-0 the final for the entire crew. I'm Jeff Radcliffe for Oliver 12 Trees, Jim Clark, our producer. So long from Orlando.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.